now listening to Tribbles and Ecstasy, a production of Holosuite Media. Tune in to our live show every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
This is Admiral James T. Kirk of Federation Starship Enterprise. Your presence here is an act of war. You have 2 minutes to surrender your crew and your vessel, or we will destroy you.
Admiral Kirk, this is your opponent speaking. Do not lecture me on treaty violations, as this broadcast is intended for mature audiences. In the following podcast, there will be thoughts and opinions expressed that in no way reflect your federation, this station, website, or affiliated partners.
Who is this? How dare you?
Who I am is not important. Listener discretion is.
Klingon bastard.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Tribbles. Her ongoing mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new content and new stuff, to follow the girl where no podcast has gone before.
Another night of Tribbles and Ecstasy. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey.
Hello and welcome to episode 239 of Tribbles and Ecstasy. This week, the internet may be broken, I may be broken, but we're still here and still broadcasting, and hopefully for the entirety of the show. And joining me this week, we have got in the studio...
It's just a jump to the left.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Nor do I. I am
Oh my
Stu
god,
of
have
Dog.
none of you seen Rocky Horror, ever?
Where did I get these people from?
Oh, good god, seriously. When Midnight is the only person that I can reliably depend upon to even remotely respond to that, yeah, Midnight, I just...
Okay, so the rest of my crew's broken as well. Excellent. So as you heard, we have Sunseal, Stu Dog, and Timberwolf in the room.
Well, Midnight, you found me in a pub in London. I mean, what do you expect?
Very true.
I don't know, I thought he said he found you in a place in Soho where the champagne tastes like cherry cola. C-O-L-A, cola.
It's not a jibe with my spelling, is it?
No! That's a song lyric! The whole point of my opening has been song lyrics! What the hell? Like, I opened with Time Warp. It's just a jump to the left and then a step to the right. And now I'm talking about the song Lola.
Funny.
I think we broke Timberwolf.
This is funny. We're not even 5 minutes in, and she's already on another rant.
See, this is why I need those devices that I was posting earlier.
No.
It's all the stress relief.
I'm gonna have to take a break. I'm muting my mic for a second.
Okay.
I have
think we'll just get you a
legitimately
Rubik's Cube for
broken
Christmas.
Timberwolf.
Yeah, so he's been broken down into Widget Wolf.
Anyway.
I
Stone
guess you could
News.
say I shivered his timbers.
Now stop that.
Alex says in chat, you call that a rant. Not really, I don't. That will come later.
Yeah, that'll kill. I don't know yet.
Very true.
Stop laughing.
Okay. Well, moving on to Star Trek Online news. Okay, we've got the update coming in a few days' time, Tuesday, 25th of October. So we will have the new space station K13 as a fleet holding. So it's got new enhanced versions of traits that will be purchasable. We've got duty officers and bridge officers. We've got new weapons, as well as all sorts of outfits and items. And we will have a new featured episode called Echoes of Light. And we've actually had a blog regarding that has come out. Though it doesn't go into a huge amount of detail.
Don't forget, we're also supposed to be getting the lighting changes too.
Yes. So
Well,
that's one of
pretty
the
nifty, and the mission's called Echoes of Light as well, so it's marking the milestone.
I don't know. Did you guys see the planet in the preview for the episode?
I've just seen the image, which has got what looks like it's a gas giant with a moon.
It's very, very like shellfish, oyster shell kind of pearlescent coloring.
I am a little worried about the lighting changes a little bit, because after testing them on Tribble, like a lot of them, the missions and the maps, they look better. Lighting has been an improvement there, but there are some that still need a lot of work, or the mood of the mission has been changed drastically from what I guess was intended because of what the lighting changes have been. So I do hope that while they've got a good thing going, I do hope they do some fixes to it, some modifications.
But yeah, what's been on Tribble, of course, will not be the full release version.
Yeah.
So hopefully they've been able to adjust for the majority of them. But yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the updates, and I am actually thinking I've got some really low level characters, a lot of which are sort of like Delta recruits and things like that. I'm thinking of deleting those and recreating them, just to go through with the sort of all the changes from the very beginning, because especially as just the amount of time that I just haven't had to play recently, I'm not going to do anything with those Delta recruits properly, so I'm just going to create those characters again and just make them standard recruits, I think. So,
I'll just make sure and get all your little rewards and things from them first.
oh yeah, I'll take anything from the accounts first. I'll move them into the account bank, and then what I'll do is I'll just delete the character and recreate it afterwards. So, yeah, I shall do that at some point. But yeah, the new featured episode, it looks like it's got something to do with Gekways.
I noticed that. It's like,
Yeah,
are
they're
we
in the
going to
picture.
be reintroduced to the idea that Gekleys are actually like semi-organic ships, like they were in the original Borg arc? Because that was a thing that happened.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see how that works into everything.
But didn't somebody in here like go on a rant about the Gekleys?
Would that be my little rant about the Gekleys?
Yeah. You go ahead and take the mic stand for a moment.
Okay, so I mean, fair enough with a name like Stew Dog. I'm not literally a form of interspace captain sheepdog. I don't want to go into a solar system and be like, oh look, Gekleys, they're like little sheep, and they're like so lost. And look, Hirogen, let's defend them and fly around them in mad little circles until they go through a little gap in space time back to fluidic space. Like, I sorry, I'm in the middle of a war with the Borg, the Cardassians, and about umpteen other people who are just slightly annoyed at me over something that the Iconians have done to Species 8472, and you want me to go and escort these daft little things back into the realm so the Herosian don't shoot them. Let the Herosian shoot them. Let the Herosian put their bones on their bulkhead, on their wall, next to all their guns and stuff. Let the Herosian eat them. And I'm going to do something slightly more important.
So, with all the people who are complaining that there's too much pew pew, you're complaining because we got a mission that wasn't.
I had to shoot their Herosian. Why don't the Geckleys go and like smash their heads off the side of the Herosian ship? That'll annoy them a bit. That'll make the Herosian go away.
Attach themselves to the Herosian like they did the Enterprise, and just
And
start
drink the
sucking
Herosian's
power.
power.
Out.
Yeah. Why do I
force
need
the
to
Herosian to leave their ship and actually try and Klingon stab you on the hull of their ship? Show us that badass huntery that you're supposedly all talking about all the damn time.
If you can walk about inside a star in that armor, even though your eyes aren't protected, surely you can walk about outside your ship. Damned Geckleys.
But see, this is where I left all this off in our chat, because this is a purely Federation thing. It's like the Klingons don't give a damn about Geckleys. You guys are worried about these little creatures who, for all intents and purposes, have been living for possibly millions of years in space, doing what they do, getting eaten by other things that exist in space that are bigger and more monstrous than they are. And you want to protect them. Go ahead, Federation. You just go right ahead. I'm going to sit right back here and laugh my ass off. Because that shit's funny. That's hilarious.
My fleet is not called Greenpeace Save the Geckleys Dark Green Chapter.
But if it was, PETA would be after you.
This is true.
But we have also had the announcement of the new lockbox, which we knew was coming because we had the release of
the Infinity again.
The Infinity. Yeah, I went to go say Legacy, and it's like, no, it's not Legacy.
No, the Legacy lockbox is the one for the Romulans.
So, but yeah, we got that. What was it, a week or two ago?
So we knew a new lockbox was coming. We just didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
And since some of us don't have access to IQ Fleet anymore, we don't know what's coming up.
So, in German and French, there's been a blog that's been released that tells us a little bit about it. I think because of the internet issues today, with a lot of DNS servers being down around the world, the English version hasn't yet been posted. Stu, did you want to go through what it is that will be contained in the lockbox?
Yeah, sure. The lockbox has a form of repulsive anti-proton weaponry, which it sounds like it's got a knockback effect on it, as well as having the sphere builder ships. There's
wait a minute. I just have to interrupt here and say repulsive anti-proton weaponry. So everybody liked the Chronoton, ooh, rainbows, and now anti-proton.
Yeah, more anti-proton stuff. Also, in looking through this, one of the ships from the box is actually a tier 5 ship, and the other two are tier 6s. That's what I can get from this anyway, but I'm not sure if maybe the translation from German is a little bit skewy on that one.
Well, remember, there's always been a thing. There's the tier 6 main prize for the box, and then the tier 5 quote unquote booby prize, and then there's a tier 6 low buy store variant.
I thought they'd dropped the tier 5 prize as of the Nakul lockbox. Or maybe I'm just making that
I
one up.
don't know. I don't think they did. I have to check, but I don't think they did. Somebody who is not me is furiously Googling stuff now, but it is not me, so I will be the one to speak for whoever is doing the Googling. Your Google foo is probably stronger than mine anyway, because I don't Google.
I was just double checking that at the moment if the English version's been put up, but I can't see it still. So, but yeah, I will have the link to the German version, and yeah, if we get a link before it's released, our episode is released, I will also add a link to the English version.
Maybe I should
So,
have. Maybe I should have got the French version because I don't know any German, but I know a little bit of French.
So Regulus says in chat that these repulsive antiproton weapons sound a lot like the fluidic antiprotons. Because the fluidic antiprotons, guess what? Have knockback.
That might be one of the links towards the Gekli, because
The Gekli
aren't
are
they
not
from
naturally from fluidic space, yes.
But whether or not it's from fluidic space, are they actually from fluidic space that the Undine are from, or
Yes.
just another fluidic
Yep.
space?
Yeah,
I can't remember.
according to the original Borg story arc, the Gekli existed in fluidic space alongside of the Undine and several other species that existed in fluidic space.
Yeah.
And there was a bunch of guys who were in there and sort of taking the Gekli away and using them as ships. I don't know if those guys were actually from fluidic space. I think they were from our space, and they were just sort of treating the Gekli like livestock essentially, but ships, not food.
Well, I see. It's been so long, and they've changed the whole damn arc so much. You just can't go back and replay that to, figure that stuff out. But the way it came across to me was they existed in fluidic space like species 8472, but they were humanoid, and they lived on the little coral strands, like the little coral things that existed out there that were their planets, and they used the Geklis as their, essentially, transport between coral systems. It's kind of like the, if anybody here has ever played the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, they used the Gekli pretty much like the Silt Striders from Morrowind. Just big, huge bugs they used to transport themselves and goods from, one location to another in fluidic space.
So what else do we have, Stu?
So we've got a stack of weapons available from the low-buy store as well, which are the anti-proton repulsing weaponry. And we've got some pretty cool outfits as well, which I think they look amazing. They're just really elegant looking. They've got a sort of a Victorian vibe about them.
Yeah, the weapons have that too, which is really nice because you think about some of those really old kind of elegant design ceremonial type weapons. Like these kind of remind me of some really old Victorian style blunderbusses that were made that were essentially just decoration pieces. They weren't meant to be fired ever because they would shatter in your hands if you did.
Like decorative dueling pistols.
Yeah. Kind of like how they used to make the ceremonial knives that were never really used for anything except for decoration. And like the actual sacrificial knives weren't made out of gold or anything. They were regular knives.
But yeah, there's definitely some interesting things that look to be coming out. What we'll probably do is go through them a little bit more next week, once we've actually got A, the English version, and B, the opportunity to actually see them in game.
I get my hands on some of them.
I gotta say though, the little shuttle fighter thing for the sphere builder carrier. Why does it remind me so much of a Ferengi ship without being a Ferengi ship? Or am I the only one seeing that it kind of looks Ferengi?
Which ship is this?
The third ship in the blog. The third ship.
This is still the lockbox one you're talking about.
Yeah, the sphere builder lockbox. The third ship picture is like a little. It looks like it would be like the little shuttle fighter for the carrier.
The thing is, those two ships remind me of the Ori ships from Stargate. A little bit, just a different outer side, I suppose.
I don't know. The first ship kind of reminds me of an injectable anal bead, but you know, that's just me. You press the back and the bead goes in.
That one
It's
made me
even got a
think
little
of
plunger on it.
that first image. Made me think of Babylon 5.
But yeah, I can see how if you turn the second one around, you could get kind of that Ori vibe to it. And we had the other half of that come out of the Iconian lockbox with the staff and whatnots.
Were these ships actually seen in an episode of Enterprise?
Possibly.
I'm thinking there was an
Possibly.
episode where they
The only place
rescued
that
or captured someone from the sphere builder race. I can't remember if they were in a ship or not, though.
No, the only place we could possibly have ever seen this in Enterprise, any of these ships, would be the episode where Daniels takes Archer to the Battle of Procyon 5 on the Enterprise.
The only sphere builder, ship, I say in a loose fashion, was the escape pod. That was the only thing that we saw from the sphere builders that wasn't the actual spheres themselves. If you actually have a look at the construction of the ships, they each have a sort of a sphere in them, and that does actually look like the giant spheres that we saw in the show. I think that's where they got the ideas from when it comes to the design. But we didn't actually see any of their ships because, of course, when I started doing my rewatch of Star Trek in July, Enterprise was one of the first ones that I rewatched, which I did after the animated series, and I don't recall any of their ships being shown on screen.
Yeah, but see, you're not one of those super nerds that does the frame by frame and go, "What class of ship is this destroyed ship?" Oh well, that's the yellow mustard class. Okay. What's that ship above Deep Space Nine that keeps flying around? That's got its nacelles hung out from the wings of the little Maquis Raider and has the Intrepid saucer on it. Well, that's a Jaeger class. Okay, cool. You're not one of those super nerds, so somebody has probably done it, and there may be a ship somewhere seen for like half a split second.
The only ships I recall from that part were Xindi ships. I don't recall any sphere builder ones.
Well, see, that's the thing. During the whole Xindi arc, the battle of Procyon 5 was, well, let's be honest. It wasn't against the Xindi. It was against the sphere builders. But I don't remember if we ever saw any sphere builder ships while the battle was going on outside. I sure as hell remember seeing that experimental alien class from the Delta Quadrant showing up as it zooms past the window, but other than that, you know.
Okay, the definitive list of ships seen in that episode going past the window, there was a Nova class, there was the Dauntless, there was a Vorcha, and there was another type of Federation ship that went past as a Prometheus class. I've been wanting to get a couple of people together and do like a sort of a canon run of the Battle of Procyon 5 with those classes of ships. Yeah, geek.
But so yeah, it looks like it probably wasn't from that battle. But yeah, I can see where they've taken the designs from when it comes from the spheres, because that's been the only thing we've had on TV from them. Because a lot of the stuff where we see the sphere builders, they were actually in another dimension, weren't they?
Subspace. Which, as we know, because Star Trek, there's like thousands of different versions of subspace in any one universe.
Well, I think it's different layers, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but that's kind of the point. In any one given universe, there are like 1,000 different subspace layers.
And
I mean, the
subspace interfolds and
Spore Cystians traveled through one. The underspace for the Vaudouar was another. Well, yeah, you've got the Tutarian subspace layer, which is sphere builders, Tutarians. This is another layer. The Alachi subspace layer. At some point, you have to realize these are multiple universes within one universe.
it's like toast. You've got butter and jam and cheese and toast and stuff.
Well, no. It's not. It's not even like that. It's kind of like if you had a piece of toast, and inside that piece of toast was all the layers to make a sandwich, just inside the toast, and then you actually had to make a sandwich on top of it.
After screwing it up into a ball and like throwing it and splitting it against the wall and rebuilding it again.
It's like it's weird. Space is weird, and the way Star Trek does space is even more weird, especially when they start fiddling with time. Because time is a seventh dimensional problem.
Yep. Always end up being taken to Mauve Alert.
Better
Sorry,
change that
Doctor.
light bulb.
See how many Doctor Who fans we've got. Okay, well, as I said, next week we will go through what has been released when we've got the proper English versions. Now, we have also been told about an anniversary ship that we're getting. Now,
Oh yes, this was fun seeing this come out because, like, oh boy. What was your first? Okay, everybody. What was your first thought upon seeing the choices for this choose your ship thing?
someone's been looking at UFO drawings from people.
Stu?
What they look like just random bits and pieces of cobbled old science fiction.
Timber? Yeah, that was pretty much a few other people's reactions too, Timber. No, yeah, this whole voting process is a choose a UFO what we designed. I mean, seriously, the Alpha and Beta were the pinnacle of every triangle UFO in the United States ever sighting, looking ships. The next two you've got, Charlie and Delta, and they're the kind of more stereotyped round and oblong shaped, cigar shaped UFOs. Like, okay. And then
See, the round one reminds me of the alien robot from the day the Earth stood still. Like it
Yeah,
looks like
I
his
could see
head,
it.
his face.
The round one, in a way, reminded me of the Cylons, sort
Yeah,
of
I see
part of
that
their
fine.
head.
The round one reminded me of the the scout ships from the original Independence Day.
Hmm.
You know, the big round ships that nobody could could shoot and kill with. Yeah, it's just because they had the big huge shield around them. Yeah, they kind of reminds me of the Independence Day ships.
Damn, they got shields too.
And then we come to
I ain't heard the fat lady. Forget the fat lady. You're obsessed with the fat lady.
and we've lost Midnight to movies. So Echo and Foxtrot.
Movie Night Shadow.
Echo and Foxtrot come along, and guess what we have? A Death Glider from Stargate, and if you look at the profile view, it reminds me of Max. Those of you who don't remember who Max is, the ship from Flight of the Navigator.
Compliance.
Well, the other view reminds me of Predator. It's like a squashed head from a Predator.
I don't know. I didn't see Predator past the original Predator, so.
But Delta
Classic.
made me think of Stargate, the Ori ships. It almost looks like the front of one of those.
Is that the sort of rectangular one?
Yeah, that's the fourth one.
cigar-looking one.
Yeah, because I was looking at that and I was thinking the jellyfish from Star Trek 09.
Yeah.
Well,
But my first thought was of Stargate for that one.
yeah, but see, I have a problem with these ships. So we're helping the Lakari to decide on a ship design, right?
Well, the community are doing it, but whether or not we would be the ones that say, here is your ship design. I think part of the story would be this is what their designers come up with. I'm not sure it's the Federation and that all suggest this is your new design. But I think it's just a way for the community to be involved in what the ship would look like.
I honestly have to ask the question. Why are we helping a race make a more advanced starship than what we have?
Like I say, we've went to the Wright brothers and we've handed them a kit to build a Harrier jump jet, and we've just been like, yeah, have fun with this. Try not to blow yourselves up.
Well, okay, I can get behind the fact that we would be helping them build a ship. I do not understand how we're helping them build a ship that has no obvious means of propulsion. I mean,
Well,
even the Breen have what look like engines on the back of their ship, and these ships don't have an obvious means of propulsion except that one little awkward side off on that cigar-shaped one.
there's not enough detail in these so far.
So far, we've just got sort of black and white shapes to work with.
And there were starships that we did see that were like that as well. Not everything had its own sort of nacelles and things like that. You mainly saw that when it came to the Alpha Quadrant, but when you look at ships that you saw in, for example, the Delta Quadrant, some of them, it wasn't always a very obvious sort of these are the warp nacelles sort of thing.
Yeah, but see, this isn't the Delta Quadrant.
No,
this
but
isn't even the Alpha Quadrant. This is the Beta Quadrant.
all I'm saying is it's supposed to be an alien race. They're looking to do something different with the ship designs. So they don't have to be constrained with having 2 or 3 nacelles sort of thing.
my question turns into after having the why did you my first question is why did you go with the UFO aesthetic? And once they answer that, no matter what the answer is, the follow-up question is, do you now plan to use these ships in a time travel, let the Lucari study Earth type of thing? Because if that's what you're going for, then Team Alpha all the fucking way, because triangle ships that like everybody in the US is seeing, from Crazy Joe to Postman Pat, is looking up in the sky and seeing these triangle ass UFOs, and well, there you go. The Lucari have been studying Earth for like all of its history without us knowing, and it's only till now that we realize, hey, the Lucari are the UFOs that have been visiting Earth the whole damn time.
Oh no, we've just created a paradox. Here's like a ship that looks
When
like
does the
something that used to
Federation
visit
not
Earth.
create a paradox?
Brrr. Don't get me started on Captain Braxton.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they do something like that. I had a similar thought myself.